6:48, time for the morning rush. An Albuquerque man who police are calling a serial armed robber is now facing nearly 100 charges for his crimes. Isidro Gallegos was arrested on March the 15th on several armed robbery charges. Since then, police say that they have tied him to at least 15 more. Gallegos is now facing 72 charges for these most recent armed robberies and a dozen more in another case. The man accused of killing a New Mexico State Police officer will remain in federal custody. Police say Jeremy Smith was stranded along I-40 west of Tucumcari last month when Officer Justin Hare stopped to help. They say Smith shot Hare without warning, killing him. Yesterday in federal court, a judge found that Smith's criminal history and history of violence are enough to keep him behind bars. A downtown Albuquerque strip club has filed a new lawsuit against the city and Mayor Tim Keller. An attorney for Knockout says that the city violated its own policy after the mayor suspended its sexually oriented business license. According to the lawsuit, city employees and 8 armed police officers wrongfully came into the business to shut it down. Erica.
And here's a look at our school day forecast. It is a cool start. You'll need some layers this morning, but by this afternoon, we'll see a high of 68 with sunshine.
Students at a Belen Elementary School, they are set to return to class today. That's after the school was evacuated because of a suspected gas leak. Less than an hour after school started yesterday, staff at Central Elementary School, they called about a gas smell. Now at least one adult and 1 student were taken to the hospital. As of this morning, Belen School says the crews have not found any gas leaks. Albuquerque Animal Welfare says that it's now entering one of its busiest times of the year. The department says as spring sets in, it expects to see an influx of orphaned kittens at its shelters. This comes as the city's shelters saw overcrowding issues last year, and their dog population remains high. Well, happening today, if you have the chance now to make your voice heard by local law enforcement leaders, Bernalillo County District Attorney Sam Bregman and Bernalillo County Sheriff John Allen will be made available to meet and speak with the public at a town hall this evening. That will begin at 6 p.m. at the South Valley Multipurpose Senior Center at Atrisco and Larasolo Road. Erica.
All right, to check on the threat index, it is 0 today. It's going to be a perfect day. Just grab some layers for the morning.
Officials say that they are now seeing some positive signs of the health of New Mexico forests. Now, New Mexico Forestry says that they believe that rain and snow received in late 2022 and early 2023 created improvements for tree health last year. However, some environmental advocates don't think that the report is showing progress just yet. The department says the drought conditions worsened last year and bugs still caused more than 230,000 acres of defoliation. Modulus Architects is now proposing a new development on the Volcano Mesa that's called the Glyphs. The plans include sit-down restaurants, a boutique-style grocer, and more local businesses. Located on Paseo and Kimmick, that's between Unser and Golf Course, the developer says they're going to reach out to nearby neighborhood associations to organize a public meeting in the coming weeks. Erica.
All right, to check on traffic, the maps are clear, no accidents or slowdowns. Tracker is heading south on I-25 near MLK, where everything's moving up to speed.
Heavy winds in Kentucky swept a University of Kentucky student right off their feet. One student who took refuge during a tornado warning caught the video yesterday morning and first captured debris blowing past, but the student is then seen battling the winds before falling to the ground. The school eventually canceled classes for the day. That student was scared and shaken up, but uninjured.
Time now for the 5 facts. At number 5, Albuquerque Animal Welfare says it's now entering one of its busiest times of the year. The department says as spring sets in, it expects to see an influx of orphan kittens at its shelters. This comes as the city's shelters saw overcrowding issues last year and their dog population remains high. Now the Animal Welfare is taking steps to brace for the increase of cats. Animal Welfare has advice on what to do if you come across a litter of kittens. We have that information on our website at KRQE.com.
At number 4, developers are asking for feedback from residents of Albuquerque's west side as they plan to bring a new retail hub to the area. Modulus Architects is now proposing a new development on the Volcano Mesa called the Glyphs. Well, the plans include sit-down restaurants, a boutique-style grocer, and more local businesses located on Paseo del Norte and Kimmick. It's between Unser and the Golf Course. The developer says that they're going to be reaching out to nearby neighborhood associations to organize a public meeting in the coming weeks.
And at number 3, it's going to be that mild and dry day with highs climbing about 10 to 15 degrees from yesterday afternoon. We'll be making it into the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
At number 2, a downtown Albuquerque strip club has filed a new lawsuit against the city and Mayor Tim Keller. An attorney for Knockouts says that the city violated its own policy after the mayor suspended its sexually oriented business license. According to the lawsuit, on March the 4th, the appeal was denied, and legally, Knockouts had 10 days to shut down. Instead, the lawsuit claims that immediately after the appeal was denied, city employees and 8 armed police officers wrongfully came into the business to shut it down. At the time, a city spokesperson said in part, quote, "Initially, the city believed that the closure was effective immediately and talked with employees before getting told by legal that the closure would be in 10 days. Now, Knockouts is still open as a bar operating under its state-issued liquor license. And at number 1, an Albuquerque man who police are calling a serial armed robber is facing nearly 100 charges for his crimes. Isidro Gallegos was arrested on March the 15th on several armed robbery charges. Now, since then, police have tied him to at least 15 more. From February the 5th to March the 15th, Gallegos is accused of robbing gas stations, motels, businesses, and even carjacking a victim, all at gunpoint. Also on several occasions, police say that he fired his gun during the robberies. Gallegos has a criminal history dating back to 2000 and is now facing 72 charges for these most recent armed robberies and a dozen more in another case.